Well, good afternoon. It's Iain from Ranking the Obscure here. Welcome to another week. As ever, a busy week. So we're cracking off this week with ranking albums of Northern Ireland's The Answer. They're a really good rock bluesy band, formed in 2000 by their guitarist Paul Mahan, whose father happened to be a jazz trumpeter and played with the likes of the Beach Boys, so he came from a musical family. They're actually from Newcastle. A couple of them come from Newcastle County Down, and a couple of them I think come from Downpatrick. It's a part of Ireland I know very well because I've got a friend who lives there, and I've been there many times. It's a really nice place. So the band consists of Cormac Neeson on vocals, Paul Mahan on guitar, Mickey Waters on bass, and James Heatley on the drums. They've released 6 albums so far. I'd say apart from my number 6, the other albums, they're all solid and there is not a bad track on them. So we'll have a look at these and we'll crack on. Okay, coming in at number 6 is their 6th album from 2016, Solace. This is bottom because they started to more experiment and go away from their true sound, and I'm not very keen on this album. There are a couple of really good songs on this album, but on the whole it's quite a poor album. It's my personal opinion. I'm sure there are people out there that really like it, but for me it just didn't work. We'll have a look at the tracks. The opening track is the title track, Solace. It's okay, but it's not got that bluesy sound anymore. It's a bit more, I'd say a little bit more commercial, but Cormac's vocals are terrific in it. He's a great singer throughout. He is a terrific singer. Then we get a thing called Beautiful World. I'd say it's the worst song ever recorded by The Answer. It's just nothing. Then we get Battle Cry. It's an average song. And then we get Untrue Colour. At last we got a good rocker, back to that sound again, so it is really, really good. In This Land, it's a more acoustic track, but it's not a bad track. Then Thief of Light, it's okay. Then we get a really good track, Being Begotten. It's a mixture of Irish traditional music and blues. It's a fantastic song, I really like that. Then we get Left Me Standing. This is a good rocker actually, very Thin Lizzy in places. Then we got Demon Driven Man, it's a reasonable song. Then we get Real Life Dreamers. It's a good rocker, nice solo from Paul, and Cormac again, absolutely belting vocal. My claim to fame is that I've actually been in the same pub as Cormac Neeson's dad, because Cormac Neeson's from Newcastle where I stay. Yeah, a bit of trivial rubbish for you. Okay, and the last track on the album is Tunnel. It's alright. If you've got the extended version, or whatever they call it, they do a pretty good cover of Money, Pink Floyd song, so yeah, it's not too bad. But on the whole, it's not my favourite album, and I don't play it that often. Okay, as from now though, every track, every album is brilliant. It was very hard to rank these because I love them all. So coming in at number 5 is the 2009 album, Everyday Demons, their second. Some solid tracks on this. First track, Demon's Eyes, Great rocker to start, really rips you, it's straight into it, bang. Great rocker. Then we get Too Far Gone, another great rocker, great riff from Paul, great vocal from Cormac. Then we get another track called On and On. This is a steady track, really good rocker. Then we get Cry Out, which is another blues rocker. It's in that vein of Whitesnake, the early days. Really, really good. Then we come to my favourite track on the album. This has always been one of my favourite tracks from the band. Why Did You Change Your Mind? It's a slower start with heavy riffs, then back to that mellow sound. The drumming in this is fantastic because it's so versatile. When it's the slower bit, you've got gentle little touches, bits of cymbal, little bits of tick-tong and like that there. And then when you come to the chorus, it's hard-hitting thumping. Heavy as you like, but it's a brilliant track. One of my favourites. Then we get Pride, another good rocking track. Absolutely brilliant track. Really gets your feet going. Then we get Walking Matt. Some great guitar work in this. And the drums, James' drumming on this is tremendous. It's really, when he does get going, he's really hard and heavy. And then we get a track called Tonight, steady rocker, as always from the band. Then we get Dead of the Night. The opening riff on this is a killer. It's just, you listen to it and you go, cool. But it's a great track anyway. Then we get Comfort Zone. This is another good solid track. And then we end up with a track called Evil Man. This is a thumping blues rock to end the album. Great vocal from Cormac. Brilliant. Okay then, coming in at number 4 is the 2011 album. Third one, Revival. Again, solid album. First track on here is called Waste Your Tears. Oh, slide guitar on this is brilliant, and then you get some solid riffs, really good bluesy song. Then we get Use Me, another driving thumping bass line on this. I do like the bass on this. It's sort of, the rest of the track sort of works around the bass line. Then we get Trouble, more fantastic slide guitar, some nice harmonica on this, brilliant track. Then we get a track called Nowhere Freeway. This features Ling Jackman, who sings for the band St Jude. Great rocker, and the duet between the two of them is absolutely fantastic. Then we get a song called Tornado. Really mellow start. You think, oh, we're going to have a nice one, but no, you come in with some awesome heavy riffs on this one. Absolutely brilliant track. Next track is Vida, I Want You. Love the solo in this. It's dominated by the solo, this song. Absolutely brilliant. Then we get a track called Caught on the Riverbed. Solid song. Always solid songs from this band. Then we get a track called Destroy Me. This has got another dynamite solo. It's my favourite track off the album. It's a great rocker, but the solo just is brilliant. Then we get New Day Rising. Great bass on this, bass driven rocker. It's very prominent bass line. Then we get Can't Remember, Can't Forget. More great slide guitar on this, another great track. Then we get One More Revival, another solid track. These great tracks just keep coming. Then we get Lights Are Down. It's a bit different, but it's okay. Good track. Okay, coming in number 3 is the 2013 album, the 4th, New Horizon. This was actually produced by Toby Jepson, who is from Little Angels, and he wrote a few of the songs on here, and you can tell his influence on this. It's a really good album. Opening track is the title track, New Horizon, another one of those belter tracks to start. Always like albums that start off with an absolute killer track, and no exceptions here. Then we get Leave With Nothing. Oh, the wah wah on this. Mick Box, eat your heart out. This guy can play wah wah. Really good rock track. Another great bass line. There's so many good bass lines in this track and this album. Then we get a start track called Spectacular. This was sort of co-written by Toby Jepson, and you can tell it's a great song. It's got much of that Little Angels from the Jam period. Really good song. Tell he produces this because it's a very well produced album. Then we get Speak Now, another great track. Then Somebody Else. This has got a great riff, and it's got one of them catchy tunes. Again, Toby Jepson's influence. You know, it's got them. It's like some of the Little Angel songs that we've looked at. It's got such a catchy beat to it. You never forget it. Then we get my favourite track called Concrete. This has got some of the dirtiest riffs and heaviest bass they've ever done. That's why I love it so much. It is so heavy. Then the next track is Call Yourself a Friend. You think you're getting a slow song, but forget it. It's a great riff, and it's very, very Led Zeppelin in places. This is not ripping it out of a Zeppelin track off. It's got that influence, that bluesy influence from Led Zeppelin. Then we get Baby Kill Me. This has got more great riffs, and it's got a really good melody to this one. So that the riff keeps, it's one of these continuous riffs, but it really works. Then we get Burn You Down, classic rocker track, absolutely belter. Then to end up the album, we got one called Scream Louder Love, and it's a ripper. Absolutely nails it on the head. Okay, we're now moving into the top two. There wasn't much between these two. Both excellent albums. They'll be number one, just edged ahead by A Gnat's Whisker. So coming in at number two is the 2006 debut album Rise. This album is just absolutely brilliant. It's got killer blues, it's got killer vocals. What a way to start. Absolutely awesome. First track is probably the most recognisable track, Under the Sky. It's a great song. The vocal in this is just amazing. Then we get a track called Never Too Late. Great opening riff on this, and the vocal is just, his range is terrific on this. Then we get a track called Come Follow Me, another great rocker, absolutely kills it. Then we get Be What You Want. This is a quite mellow track, and it is very, very good. Then we get to my favourite track, and I'd say it is my favourite, one of my favourite tracks by the band. It's called Memphis Water. It's got a great blues riff, very ZZ Top style, and it's got that classic bass line for blues. It is terrific. Then we get a track called No Questions Asked, another song in the vein of Led Zeppelin. Cormac's voice in this is brilliant. He's just so suits him to this sort of style of singing. It also reminds me, this song, a little bit about how Thunder put their bluesy songs together. It's a terrific song. Then we get Into the Gutter, another great riff at the start of this, and then some more slide guitar. Sounds a little bit like Beating Around the Bush, the AC/DC track. Really good song. Then we get a track called Sometimes Your Love, solid rocker with a great ripping solo. Really, you can just imagine you on stage giving it large. Brilliant, brilliant. Then we get Leaving Today, another solid blues rocker that is. Preaching. The slide guitar on this is just killer. It's a bluesy rocker, southern rock style song. Really is good, and it's called Preaching, and it is about the southern states preach church, and really good. Then we get Always. This is a slow track with a great solo, and the guitar work in the whole track is absolutely outstanding. Okay then, so my number one album by The Answer is their 2015 album, the fifth release, Raise a Little Hell. This is just awesome from start to finish. The bass line in every track is just heavy and dirty. It's absolutely brilliant. First track we get is Long Live the Renegades. What a bass line in this. It's got the solid riff as well. The riff works its way around the bass line. Then we get the other side. This is another driving bass line that drives this song along very nicely. Aristocrat again, that driving bass, that bluesy sound, and the riffs in this is brilliant. Cigarettes and Regrets, love the drumming on this. It's got a great riff with some nice acoustic work in it. Terrific. Last Days of Summer. This is a slow rocker, but it's the best track on the album, and it is my favourite track by The Answer. Absolutely belting. It's got a bass line and a drum that just holds that track together. Then we get a track called Strange Kind of Nothing. This is a slow acoustic number, but very good vocals, and it shows he's versatile in his singing. I Am What I Am, dirty riffs in this and some great drumming again, heavy, hard hitting. Whiplash is the next track. That's got more of these driving riffs, and the vocal on this is just outstanding. Then we get Long Too Gone. Hang on, start again. Gone Too Long. Solid track. I'd say it's the weakest track on the album, but it's still a brilliant track. Then we get Red, another song that's driven by an awesome bass riff. Then we get I Am Cured. Slide guitar on this is mind blowing. The drum beat and everyone puts a great performance in this, and the bass line again really drives this song. Then we get the title track, Raise a Little Hell, another song that's driven by that bass line. Then we get a track, Feel Like I'm On My Way. The drumming in this is fantastic because it changes beat. It's got half beats. It really is good because the timings do change, and it flows. Then we get Flying, Solid As You Like, and then we get I Will Follow, which is another belter. So this is another band, if you've never heard their stuff, you need to check them out. If you saw AC/DC, I think it was on the Black Eyes tour, if you saw them, this is the band that supported them, so they are terrific. Well, yeah, this is another awesome band. Got plenty for the rest of the week. I'll be back later with a special album cover one, and it's a real special one. So for now, I'll say bye bye. Don't forget, keep subscribing. Our numbers are going up with views. We've just got to start getting them subscriptions in. And don't forget, if you want to follow me on Facebook, I've got a Facebook page, so just go and find me on there. Put down your invite and I'll let you in the group. So I'll see you all soon shortly, so take care for now.